A lot of confusion whether hypertrophy is eventually strength training and strength training is eventually hypertrophy training. When you get bigger, you do get stronger, and if you get stronger, you probably added lean muscle mass as well. And today I'm here to give you some training differences, decisions that you will take if you're more geared towards hypertrophy or if you're more geared towards strength. So hi, all the Bodyweight Tribe athletes. If you're not subscribed yet to the Bodyweight Tribe, it is the calisthenics program and exercise tutorial community. Check the link in the description below. Do so and subscribe to the website. So calisthenics is not bodybuilding. It's different. Calisthenics is a strength sport. Calisthenics is a strength sport that is specifically oriented towards progression in complexity. Okay? But today we're here to discuss what are the differences, how you will train for strength in calisthenics rather than just for size. So the first difference is exercise variation and exercise variety. So when you train for bodybuilding, you think about how can I hit the muscles with different types of exercises. So I will fatigue different muscle fibers. For example, the chest has the sternal head, which is the lower portion, and it has the clavicular head, the upper portion or the upper chest. So I need an exercise for the lower chest. I need an exercise for the upper chest. That's example of exercise variation. Now you have to consider about hitting both of them. An exercise variety. So what I mean by that is when I say exercise variation, you can really one week hit the chest with push-ups, the next week you can hit the chest with dips, and also in the same pattern you can train different variations. So variety and variations. So you can do Veronda dips and you can do parallel bar dips with an angle, you can do it regular. So you will alter the variation and you will vary the exercise selection frequently to hit different muscle fibers, to get a different stimulus each and every time. In strength training, in calisthenics for strength, you prioritize doing the same movement since you want to be proficient. You want to be very, very efficient at executing a certain technique that is a part of getting stronger, that is irrelevant really for bodybuilding. It's irrelevant for size in particular. So I want to practice the handstand push-up, the freestanding handstand push-up multiple times each and every week because I have to practice that. So I vary the exercise less often. Second difference is the muscular system, the amount of demand on the muscular system in comparison to the amount of demand on the nervous system. And really 2 points I can make about that. Rep range. Yes, you get stronger by doing higher repetition ranges, and you also get bigger by doing lower 1 to 5 repetition range. But on the lower end, you get more stimulus to the nervous system. The nervous system, the fast twitch fibers are more recruited. Executing an exercise under heavy load is different than executing an exercise under a light load, although you can take both of them to high fatigue. Try to do push-ups and then try to execute the same exercise but put 50 kilograms on your back or put a partner on your back. Now executing the same cues feels different. So you want to coordinate the nervous system, the muscle groups, the fibers within the same muscle group. So there's more nervous system demand on lower repetition range, while there's more muscular demand, metabolic stress on higher repetition ranges. You do get stronger on higher repetition ranges and you do get bigger on lower repetition ranges, but you focus more on other components and it's not it's not necessarily the same. The second thing is proximity to failure. So when you're training for bodybuilding, there's really a great use in going closer to failure, since you're trying to really stress the muscle fibers. You want to cause a lot of metabolic damage. On average, you will go much closer to failure. If you train for strength, you will try to be a few reps shy of failure, so you can do more sets with the same exercise on a higher quality average, and you will be able to execute the technique. You'll be more efficient, and hopefully you will even can get back in 48 hours and even practice the same movement. So you will really shy away from failure on average much more than if you were to train for size only. Which really leads me to the third point, the third difference, training frequency. For hypertrophy, training frequency does not matter as much as for strength. We said for strength we are training for movements, and when we are training for size, we are training muscle groups. See the difference? Movement, muscle group. If I want to be really efficient, strong at a certain movement, I will want to practice that movement more frequent than if I were to train for hypertrophy. When training for hypertrophy, what matters most is the overall weekly volume. So you can really do once a week per muscle group, but you can do 15 sets within the same workout, and you can split it to 3 different sessions, doing 5 sets each and every workout. It will be less of a difference than if I were to do, train for strength 3 times a week. Then I can really learn the movement, practice the techniques each and every time. So those are a few differences between training for strength, calisthenics, right? It's strength training, and training for using calisthenics, but training primarily for size. Again, if you're not subscribed to the Bodyweight Tribe, check the link in the description below. See you next time.